During this presentation, I'll be talking about innovation and how Apple have used innovation. First, I'll tell you what innovation is. Innovation is the creation, development, and implication of a new product or service with the aim of improving efficiency, effectiveness, or competitive advantage. There are 4 different types of innovation: sustaining innovation, breakthrough innovation, disruptive innovation, and basic innovation. For the next 4 slides, I'll be answering the questions: what is the creative process, how do they add value to products, how they developed a product or service, what are their new ways of increasing business efficiency or improving profitability, how they successfully exploit a new idea, and finally, what services or markets did they use to differentiate the business from the competitors. What is the creative process? Here I talk about how Apple rarely invent new products but add technology and innovate current items that are popular, for example, the iPhone and AirPods. How did they add value to products? Here, I again talk about how Apple add new features to products like Face ID or Touch ID, and that's how they add value. However, it is getting harder for them to reach customers' needs and expectations. How do they develop their products or service? Here I have a table that has all of the Apple's iPhones from the iPhone 3G to the iPhone 12, and all the developments they've made in each new iPhone. I think this shows that they develop their product by constantly innovating and adding new features. What are their ways of increasing business efficiency or improving profitability? In my opinion, the way they operate in stores in real life compels people to buy into the company, as they have highly trained employees that always want the best for the customers. They follow the acronym APPLE. A stands for approach with a personal warm welcome. P stands for probe politely to find out all the customer's wants and needs. The next P stands for present a solution for the customer to take home today. And L stands for listen for issues and concerns, and finally E stands for end with a fond farewell and an invitation to return. This is very similar to the tactics used in the luxury Ritz hotel chain. How did they successfully exploit a new idea? Usually Apple are known for their innovative ideas and being successful exploiting ideas like the iPhone, iPod and AirPods. But there has been one time they got it wrong and offered their customers a very expensive PC that was no different to their competitors. This taught them that they have to be innovative to exploit ideas, and ever since they've been very successful at it. What services or markets did they use to differentiate the business from the competitors? Apple is the luxury phone. It has plenty of unnecessary features like Face ID, it's waterproof and can wirelessly charge. These are all fairly unnecessary, but people want those unnecessary features as they're cool. What's enterprise? Enterprise is quite simply a for-profit company or business. Next, I'll be talking about different methods of creative thinking. Blue sky thinking. Blue sky thinking is when a group of employees take time out to brainstorm as many ideas as possible and none are shot down. Creative lateral. This is simply when you look at an issue from a different perspective. For example, perhaps people were having issues with entering the password with Apple's products. So instead of improving the password, they brought out Touch ID. That's just an example. Intuition. This is very simple. It's when someone just understands something and has the ability to get it instinctively. There's no process here and it's just natural. Chance and serendipity. This is all about luck, and surprisingly, it's often how businesses come up with their best ideas. This can be linked to blue sky thinking, as people can take a step back and just get lucky and find a solution to an issue or have a great new idea. Benefits. Here I'll talk about benefits to a company and how some may link to Apple. First, improvements to products. This is how Apple have come up with all of their ideas, like the iPhone has developed from a tiny box of a phone to a sharp, modern, waterproof phone. Processes. This is when a business may change the way they operate, however it can go either way. It could be more efficient or could ruin the current process. Services and customer service. It can be greatly changed by innovation and enterprise, like changing the store so it fits more to the customer's wants and needs or the surrounding environment. Business growth. This is always the end goal of innovation, so you always innovate to grow your business. Apple's gone through the process many times and have seen massive business growth. Development of new niche markets. The development of new niche markets is developing an entirely new product or an addition to a line of product. Apple are a perfect example of this when they released the iPhone, iPod, iMac and more, offering unique selling points. This is when a business offers a product that no other competitor does. Improve recognition and reputation. This is a big focus of lots of businesses, as you're likely to tell lots of family and friends about a good experience. However, the same goes for a bad experience. So businesses always want to give every customer a great experience to improve reputation. Smarter thinking. Smarter thinking is when you allow your employees to work from different areas, and with the advancement in technology, it's getting easier and easier to do so. Risks. Failing to meet operational and commercial requirements. This is if a business fails to meet requirements set by the government or higher power, so usually things like health and safety and protecting the environment. Failing to achieve a return on investment. This is when a company works on an idea for a long period of time, however, once they've finished developing it, there's less demand for it. Resistance to change. This isn't an issue for Apple as they keep all their products fairly similar, but lots of companies have issues with this when their customers don't want anything to be different and they're comfortable with the way it is, making it very hard to innovate. Unsupportive systems and processes. This is simply if the system doesn't support the process. Insufficient support from leadership and management. Apple don't experience this, however, they always need massive financial support, so if there's a change in the management, then it could be a risk in the future. Greatest risks. In my opinion, the greatest risks are COVID and Brexit, and the inability to develop products further. COVID, as it's affecting businesses across the world, and will continue for quite a while. Brexit, as it will affect any business operating in the EU and UK, which Apple do, and inability to develop products as that's how they make money. Greatest benefits. The greatest benefits are its customer service, making improvements to existing products and setting trends. Customer service is that's how they have loyalty and gains lots of attraction. Making improvements to existing products is that's how they come up with the iPhone, iPod, iMac and all their most successful products. And setting trends is that's always what customers want, to be cool and trendy, meaning they'll definitely be successful if they continue to do this. What had the biggest impact? COVID is having the biggest impact worldwide on companies, not just Apple. People lose job opportunities, and overall not having enough money to spend on luxury items like Apple. However, I also think that they will continue to improve products, and if they do this well enough, people will be willing to splash the cash for a luxury item like an Apple iPhone. To conclude, innovation is important for every business as it increases your chances to react to changes and discover new opportunities. This will then offer better products and services for your customers.